All right, so most of us have played around with tools like ChatGPT, right? But what if you could go from just using AI to actually building with it? That's what we're talking about today. We're going to break down how you can make that jump from being a simple user to becoming the architect of a super powerful AI system, one that's custom built for your own business. And this right here, this is the core idea. Look, using a general AI is powerful, for sure. It gives you a nice boost, but building your very own AI assistant, one that's designed specifically for your business, that knows your data, that follows your rules, well, that's a total game changer. It gives you a competitive edge that nobody else can even touch. So, you might be asking, what exactly is a custom AI assistant? Let's be clear, this isn't just about using generic ChatGPT for your business. Not at all. We're talking about an AI that's been specifically set up for your unique situation. It's plugged into your company's private data, it knows your procedures inside and out, and get this, it can even learn to talk in your specific brand voice. Now, I know what you're thinking. Building an AI, that sounds super complicated. But honestly, it's not as scary as it sounds. It all boils down to a pretty simple blueprint. There are really just four key pieces to the puzzle. Let's walk through this framework together. Okay, here are the four pillars. And the best way to think about it is like building a person, sort of. First, you have the model. That's the brain. It's the part that does all the thinking. Then you have the knowledge. That's its unique memory. Super important. After that is the system prompt, which is like its set of instructions or its conscience. And last but not least, the interface. That's simply how people talk to it. So brain, memory, instructions, and experience. All right, let's start with component number one, the model, or as we called it, the brain. This is the engine, the core intelligence. And you've got options here from the big players, like OpenAI, Anthropic, Google. But the really big decision you got to make is where this brain lives. Are you going to use an API in the cloud, or are you going to host an open source model yourself on your own servers? It's a balancing act, really, between cost, how much privacy you need, and just how powerful you need it to be. Okay, now we get to the memory, the knowledge. And this is where things get really interesting. Think about it. A generic AI like ChatGPT, its memory is basically the entire public internet. But your custom AI? Its memory is your secret sauce. It's your internal documents, your SOPs, your product manuals, your training guides, all your FAQs. This is what makes it so incredibly valuable, because nobody else has this knowledge. So how does the AI tap into this private memory of yours? There's a cool piece of tech behind it called RAG. Sounds complicated, right? Retrieval Augmented Generation. But the idea is actually super simple. All it means is that when you ask your AI a question, it doesn't just guess an answer based on what it knows about the world. No. First, it goes and retrieves the right information from your documents, and then it generates the answer based on that specific stuff. It's a game changer for accuracy. Next up, component 3, the instruction, or what we call the system prompt. You can think of this as its job description and its rulebook all rolled into one. It's where you tell the AI who it is, what it's allowed to do, and what it's not allowed to do. I mean, look at this example here. We're telling it, you are an HR assistant. You only answer using company HR policy. If you're not sure, you ask for help. See? This is how you control it. This is how you keep it safe, consistent, and perfectly on brand. And finally, we have the fourth piece, the interface. This is all about the user experience. How are people actually going to talk to this thing? It could be anything, really. A little chat bubble on your website. Maybe it's a tool built right into your internal company portal. It could even be a bot that lives in Slack or WhatsApp, places your team already hangs out. The most important thing here is to make it dead simple and convenient for people to use. Okay, so we've got the four components down: brain, memory, instructions, interface. But now for the big question. How do you actually build one? Well, the great news is you don't have to be a programming genius. There are different levels you can jump in at, from easy no-code tools to full-blown enterprise systems. This table breaks it down perfectly. You've got 3 levels. Level 1, that's the no-code route. It's awesome for small and medium businesses. You basically use a platform, upload your docs, and you're pretty much ready to roll. Level 2 gets a bit more technical, using APIs. This is a great fit for tech startups or mid-sized companies that have some dev resources. And then you have level 3, the enterprise level. We're talking custom training, top-tier security, the whole shebang. This is for the big corporations and government agencies. The point is, there's an entry point for just about everyone. All right, enough with the theory. Let's get to the fun part. How are businesses actually using this stuff in the real world?
Let's look at some really cool, high-impact examples that you could probably use right now.
First up, number one, an HR policy assistant. Just imagine this for a second. An AI that has read and perfectly memorized every single page of your HR handbook. Now, any employee can ask it a question. How much vacation time do I have? What's our policy on expenses? And get an instant, accurate answer 24/7. Think of how many hours that saves your HR team. Plus, every single employee gets the exact same correct information every time. Okay, on to number two. How about a sales proposal generator? Picture an AI that knows all your products, all your pricing, and all your best case studies. Your sales team just needs to pop in a few details about a new client, and boom, it spits out a perfectly tailored, professional proposal in seconds. We're talking about massively speeding up your sales cycle and making every single pitch that much better.
And number three, a true classic for a reason.
The customer support bot. And listen, I'm not talking about those old, clunky, frustrating chatbots that just say, I don't understand. No way. This is an intelligent AI that has ingested your entire knowledge base, every manual, every FAQ. It can actually solve customer problems instantly. This means happier customers and a much less stressed out support team. Okay, so you're probably getting excited and want to go build one right now, which is awesome. But hold on for just a second. We need to talk about some really practical stuff first. Before you build anything, you have to think about two massive things: security and cost. Let's be crystal clear on this. Data and privacy have to be your number one priority. You absolutely cannot mess this up. That means you never just blindly upload sensitive company data to some random service. You have to read the fine print, check the data policies for any API you're using, and if the info is super sensitive, you should really think about keeping it all in-house with a local deployment. And please, have a human in the loop for review and be super strict about who gets access to what. Now, what about the cost? Well, it really depends on the path you take. A simple no-code tool might just be a small subscription fee each month. If you go the API route, you're usually paying for what you use, so it scales up or down. And yeah, a big enterprise system is going to have a bigger upfront cost. But here's the right way to think about it. This isn't just an expense, it's an investment. An investment that pays you back over and over again by saving a truly massive amount of time on manual work. And that really brings us to the bottom line, doesn't it? This stuff is becoming foundational for businesses. It's not a fad. So the real question isn't if your company is going to have internal AI assistants. It's a question of how well they're built. And understanding this four-part framework, that's your first step to making sure you do it right. So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. The big question is, what would you build? What's that one problem in your business that's just begging for a custom AI assistant to solve it?